Our main story tonight concerns prediction markets, the fast-growing platforms where you can bet on basically anything, as this TikToker explains.
I've been making a ton of money on this app that lets you bet on anything in the world. I bet that GTA 6 won't be released on time. I bet that Trump would pardon Young Thug this year. I'm predicting Delta Airlines will be the first airline to sell Zyn on their flights. I made money off Trump being elected president and because Kamala Harris didn't go on Joe Rogan's podcast. When I was in New York, I bet that it would rain, and it did, so I won money. I bet that Justin Bieber will go to the Diddy trial. When I was in Chicago, I bet on the temperature and won.
OK, shout out to that guy, Caden Booth, for having such a diverse set of interests. The first half of his bets are strictly Gen Z boy, Grand Theft Auto, Young Thug, Zyn, Rogan, but the back half is 100% suburban mom. Potential rain, the temperature, grisly celebrity trials. Cade, you contain multitude. Prediction markets are basically platforms where you can wager on the outcome of future events. The companies decide on the questions to list, and right now, you can wager on anything from will traffic in the Strait of Hormuz return to normal by the end of April, to will the US confirm that aliens exist before 2027. These markets have seen exponential growth in recent months, logging billions of dollars in bets every week. You may have heard about them on the news, or seen ads, or stumbled across influencers like this guy who is constantly updating his followers on how his various wagers about the Trump administration are going. And I'll warn you, it's a real roller coaster.
China question, please.
High-end NVIDIA chips to China, but the Wall Street Journal reported yesterday.
The president has made his position on this very clear, both to the Chinese. That's not something we're interested in selling to China.
Barack Hussein Obama.
Yes! Barack Hussein Obama!
Yeah, a lot more screaming than you thought there, huh? And it's kind of amazing to witness someone absolutely furious that Trump's name was redacted from the Epstein files for a completely different reason than the rest of us. The point is, a lot of people are getting into prediction markets, thanks in part to an aggressive marketing push by the two big players in this space, Kalshi and Polymarket. Kalshi recently locked in a $22 billion valuation from investors, doubling its valuation from just a few months earlier, and Polymarket's currently trying to do the same. Meanwhile, dozens of new entrants like Coinbase, Robinhood, and even Truth Social are also trying to get in on the action. It is shocking the extent to which prediction markets have proliferated, and sometimes it's been a little unnerving given the things that you can now bet on.
Ali Khamenei out as supreme leader of Iran? Will Nancy Guthrie's kidnapper be arrested by the end of February? Those are just two events offered on popular prediction markets in the US over the last couple of weeks, where people could have put their money down, betting on the outcome.
There's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world, and being able to bet on just like horrible things like that, like when somebody's gonna be found, like that's really dark to me.
Yeah, he's right. The impulse to try and make money betting on war or an unfolding tragedy is really dark. When someone dies, you're supposed to send their family a card that says, sorry for your loss, and not one that says, thanks for covering the spread. That's just one of many issues associated with these sites. And given that, tonight, let's take a look at prediction markets and try to answer a few questions that you might have. Where exactly did these sites come from? What purpose, if any, do they serve? And how on earth is any of this legal?